beauties, welcome back. I wanted to sit down today and film just kind of a get ready with me style video. These are some of my favorite videos to watch, and I thought it would be fun to answer some like get to know me type questions while I get ready. I am getting ready to do nothing per usual. I'm using my Smoky Glow Midas Cosmetics palette. If you've never seen it, that's what it looks like. I love this palette. Love it, love playing with it. I've got all my other stuff in front of me here, so I don't really know what I want to do look-wise, but let's just get into it. This is in no way going to be a tutorial. I am not a makeup artist. I wanted to be for a period of my life, but I am not. I know what works for me. I know what I like as far as makeup application, but I'm not in any position to be telling you what to do. Okay, so this is not a tutorial, but let's just get into it. The first question that I have here is, where are you from? Where do you live? I am originally born and raised in Des Moines, Iowa. Lived there for 19 years of my life. My family moved the year I graduated high school because of my mom's job. She got a job in Chicago, like suburbs of Chicago. So we moved there. I lived in the suburbs for a few years, maybe 4 years or so. It's where my daughter was born. Had my daughter in the suburbs. Then I moved to like a super small town in like rural Illinois, like outside of the city. It's where her dad's from. And we lived out there for a little while. I ended up, well, in that period of time, in those 4 years, my parents actually ended up moving to like St. Louis area. My older sister went to grad school here. My parents bought a house here. And I wanted a change. I didn't like where I was or what I was doing. So me and my daughter moved here to St. Louis. You know, my mom was like, you're welcome to live with us. We'll help raise Rochelle. You can figure out what you want to do, go back to school, whatever. So that's what I did. I moved here to St. Louis about 13 years ago, and this is not the history of your life, but if we're getting to know each other, why not? Didn't really know what I wanted to do when I initially moved here. I ended up getting a job at a Starbucks, which was probably one of the best jobs I've ever had. I loved working at Starbucks. I loved the customers. I loved the people I work with. It afforded me, an opportunity to have benefits for the first time in my life. I mean, I had a child. Like, it was a great job. Worked there, and then I ended up deciding I wanted to go to nursing school. So anyway, did that. Bottom line is, I'm from Des Moines. I live in St. Louis now. I'm a pretty breathy person. I like to talk. So next question is, where did I go to college? This is kind of a convoluted question too. My first experience with college, of course, was, what do I want to do next? Okay, sorry. My first experience with college was, of course, right after I graduated. I ended up following my boyfriend to a school, like a Big Ten school in Iowa, that I had no business going to. I had no business going to that school. I was not ready for that life. But much like a lot of teenagers, You couldn't tell me shit when I was 19, so 18, 19. So I was gonna do what I wanted to do. I followed my boyfriend to school. I had no idea what I wanted to do. I don't even remember what I declared my major as, liberal arts or something. I don't know. It was, I made a lot of friends. Like, I enjoyed it there. I enjoyed my time there, but I enjoyed it too much. I pretty much failed out, you know, flunked all kinds of classes. I mean, my GPA was like, it was just abysmal, and it was just embarrassing. Like, now that I think back on it, it was just embarrassing. Like, I was too like proud or stupid to admit that like I wasn't ready for a school like that, and I just didn't want to be told what to do. So, you know, now I'm like paying on loans for a year of school that I have no credits to show for anything. So, you know, that sucks. So anyway, I ended up failing out of my first year of college, and at that point in time, like I said, my family was living in Chicago, so my mom was like, okay, well, you know, I'm not gonna keep paying for this. I'm not gonna keep paying for classes if, sorry, I'm not going to keep paying for classes if you're not going and if you're failing out. So, you know, so I ended up moving back to Chicago. It took me a long time to figure out what I wanted to do. When I moved back to Chicago, you know, my mom and I came up with a plan, and I ended up going to a school there for, I knew that I liked the medical field. My son is playing Madden, so you'll probably hear some screaming, some whining. It is what it is. That's life over here. Anyway, we kind of decided, I knew that I liked the medical field. Like I said, I knew I wanted to do something related to healthcare. I hadn't landed on nursing just yet, so I ended up getting a certificate. It's not really like I don't think it's a degree, like an associate's or anything. I got a certificate in medical coding and billing. So I did that. Never ended up using that certificate at all. Like, not a day in my life did I use that. I don't know why. I don't know why. I had, well, it had something to do with, I graduated while I was pregnant with my daughter. I had my daughter like 2 months after I graduated, and then just there were a bunch of a bunch of things that happened in mine and her father's life, and we ended up having to move. Like, we were living in the suburbs, and we ended up having to move, like I said, back to his hometown, which is like a super rural city outside of Chicago. So anyway, I never had a chance to use that certificate, but I did get it, did complete that school. And then after, like I said, after we moved to his parents' house, I was only there for maybe 4 or 5 months, and I mean, I don't even like talking about this, but I just wasn't happy. Like, I just was not happy. I knew in my heart that I did not want to live in a small town like that, like, for the rest of my life. Like, I knew, not that that's not any like shade to people who live in small towns. I just knew that it was not for me. Like, it was not something that I was going to be happy doing. So I ended up, like I said, moving to St. Louis. living with my parents, and I really don't even know what made me consider nursing school or look into nursing school, but I did, and I'm glad that I did. I don't know which one of these shimmers I want to use. So anyway, I ended up going to, oh my God, Chamberlain. Chamberlain School of Nursing out here in St. Louis. I did their like accelerated program. So we went to school year round. I was done. I'm just going to put on some glitter glue. I was done with my degree in like 3 years, 2.5 years, 2.5 or 3 years. I don't remember. But nursing school was amazing. Like it was awful and it was stressful. But it was amazing. I mean, I met some, I mean, I have friends for life that I made in nursing school. I think it was probably the best life decision I made. You know, it wasn't an easy decision to make, to move away from, you know, my daughter's father and her grandparents and, you know, aunts and uncles and all that, but I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did. My biggest fear, I don't know, something I haven't really thought a lot about. I think naturally being a nurse, like I'm gonna use my finger. I'm a big finger user. Pause. I don't really think about, you know, my fears a lot. If I'm afraid of something, I kind of don't like to think about it. But I think probably something that I think about, I mean, I think about death a lot. I don't, like, who doesn't? I think as a nurse, just I have seen a lot of death. So I'm not really, I wouldn't say I'm afraid of it. Like, I know that it's gonna happen. My grandpa used to always say, like, nobody's getting out of here alive. And so I wouldn't say I'm afraid of death. I think what I'm afraid of is, especially now as a mother, I just think, like, I have a fear that if something were to happen, if I were to die, you know, now, or like as a young person, that I have a fear that I don't know how to say this, but like I won't have adequately prepared my children for life without me. That's a fear that I have. So I'm constantly like trying to, you know, teach our daughters things, like teach them just life skills, like things they're gonna have to know how to do one day. So that's something that I fear, you know. Not necessarily death itself, but just that my kids won't be prepared for life without me. I mean, I know they would be fine, but it's just something I think about as a mom. My favorite food. I think I want to darken this up a little bit. I think I want to darken up my outer V. Oh, I mean, my favorite food, hands down, pizza. That's easy. Pizza, pizza, pizza. I could eat pizza all day. Breakfast pizza, dessert pizza, regular pizza. I remember when I was pregnant with my son, my husband, he actually like got mad at me one night, and he banned me from eating pizza. Like, I was eating pizza so much, he like slammed the freezer and was like, no, you have to eat something else. Like, you're not eating any more pizza. It's funny in hindsight, but I was like super offended at the time. But I mean, he was probably tired of eating pizza. He does not enjoy it as much as I do, but I could absolutely eat pizza every day. My favorite TV show? Gosh, I don't know. That's a hard one. I'm just putting more of this shimmer on because why not? I can't think of, I mean, right now we're watching Lovecraft Country on HBO, which I love. It's like I don't even know how to describe it. It's set in like Jim Crow era, but it's like it's like sci-fi kind of. I don't know. It's so different and unlike anything I've seen. I love it. We're watching that right now. I mean, I don't know that it's my favorite show per se. I guess like a show that I could watch over and over again and not get sick of it, and this in fact is a show that I've watched too many times to count, would be Sex and the City. For sure. I mean, I have all the seasons on DVD. I have the movies. It's definitely probably my answer. I also love the show Girls on HBO. I've watched that in its entirety several times. And the show Insecure. Insecure on HBO is fantastic. That's probably, I mean, I would say like for a show that's still on TV, that's my favorite. What's next? My favorite thing about YouTube and my least favorite thing about YouTube. Well, I think my favorite thing about YouTube, I'm just cleaning up my under eyes here because there is some fallout with that. I think my favorite thing about YouTube is like, gosh, just the sheer volume of like diversity that's out here. I think that that's really cool. I mean, anybody can get on here and start a channel, and I think, you know, anybody can find somebody that looks like them on here, has similar interests, you know, whatever the case is. I think that's cool. I also think that it's really neat, just the amount of success that YouTube has afforded people over the years. I mean, just for getting on here and making videos about stuff that you love. I mean, it has made people millionaires and just normal people, and I think that's cool. I think that that's really cool. Something, it's kind of in that same thread, but something that I maybe don't like very much about YouTube is I just feel like it's kind of changed within the last several years. Like, I've been watching YouTube for, I don't know, like a decade maybe. I'm just using my True Match Lumi foundation. But yeah, I've been watching YouTube for a while, and I honestly find myself, especially recently, I don't know, just like really missing like the good old days of YouTube. You know, I loved just old school YouTube, like girls just sitting in their closets, like with shitty lighting and shitty audio, like filming hauls and like favorites and tutorials. Like, I don't know, I liked that. That was, something about it just felt so genuine, you know, so authentic. And I feel like YouTube has kind of lost some of that. Like, it's lost some of its authenticity. I don't know. It's just a personal opinion, but that's just kind of how I feel. And I actually have found myself over the last few months just really gravitating towards super, super small creators' channels, like the old videos I used to watch. People just sitting, you know, sitting like this, and they're, oh, I just got foundation in my hair. Just people like this sitting in their room, you know, filming their makeup collections, filming things they like, talking about makeup. I don't know. It just, it's just kind of my preference right now. I don't really follow any of the, you know, the big mainstream YouTubers, the people with millions and millions of followers. You know, not that there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not really what I am into watching right now. So that's that. Do I have any hobbies? It's a good question. What are things I like to do? Well, I like to do my makeup. It's kind of therapeutic for me. I enjoy doing crosswords. I like doing crossword puzzles. I like coloring. You know, like those adult coloring books. I really enjoy that. I find it relaxing. I find it relieves stress for me. I really enjoy playing tennis. I played tennis for a lot of my younger years. I played all through high school and prior to that, but I really enjoy tennis. As far as other hobbies, gosh, I don't know. Isn't that crazy? I don't know. I don't know that I really have any. I used to, like, way back in the day, I used to love scrapbooking. Like, I loved it. I had, like, containers full of stickers and cutouts and, you know, different papers and ribbons and, like, just all kinds of crap. I used to love scrapbooking. I don't know. I don't know if I would enjoy it as much anymore. So it's not really something I have picked back up as a hobby. So that's it. That makes me sound incredibly boring. I know. Maybe I am boring. I don't know. There's not a whole lot of things that I do, unfortunately. Favorite thing about my career. Well, I think as a nurse, the thing that's really cool about it is that there's so many different opportunities for, like, movement. You know, if you want to be a floor nurse, you know, like a staff nurse on a floor at a hospital, if you want to do that for your whole life, you can. Like, that's all fine and good. Like, do that. If you want to move up and be manager of your floor, or your unit, like there are opportunities to do that. If you want to work in a school setting, if you want to work in a corporate setting, you know, if you want to work for an insurance company, like you can do that. There's so many things that you can do, and there are so many opportunities to get like advanced degrees. If you want to be a nurse practitioner, if you want to be a nurse anesthetist, I mean, you know, I just feel like the possibilities are almost endless. And I think that that's cool. You know, I mean, just kind of allows for options. You know, if you're the type of person that gets bored doing a certain thing for so many years, like if you're not the type of person that can have the same job for 40 years, then you know, you don't have to. You don't have to. There's all kinds of things you can do. You can move around in this field, and I think that that's cool, personally. My favorite holiday, you guys, my brows are so boring. I don't do anything to my brows. Like, I literally just comb them out and I just put a gel in them. That's all I do. I don't actually really like the way my brows look. I like a full brow, a bushy brow, if you will. Yeah, I know I probably need to pluck, but that's it. That's all I do. Super boring. I'm actually glad that I don't have to have like a brow routine, because I just think I would be so bad at it. I really, really do. I watch some of these girls do their brows and it's like, wow, I don't have the patience or the talent for that. I just don't. Like, my brows would be they would be a nightmare if I had to draw them on. So thank God I have these big old bushy brows. Sorry, I'm just adding more shimmer. Like, I don't know why. I guess I can't get enough. And I love this shade Leno, like this purple shade here. Anyway, what was the next question? Oh, my favorite holiday. My favorite holiday. It's probably, I'm gonna do my mascara off camera, okay? Because it's hella boring. Okay, back with mascara on. I put a little bit of shadow under my brow bone, pop some gold in my inner corner. Let's move on. Favorite holiday was the next question. I mean, Christmas. What other holiday even compares to Christmas? Like, how could you even say it was something else? I don't know. I'm joking, but in my life, Christmas is it. Christmas is just simply the best. I mean, Thanksgiving might be like a runner-up, but it's really not that close. I just love Christmas. I mean, we see family that we might not see, but only a couple other times a year at the holidays. I don't know, although thinking about Christmas this year makes me really sad. I don't know what it's gonna look like. I just don't know. I don't know what the holidays are gonna look like this year, so I'm trying not to think about it too much, trying not to let myself get too sad about it. I know, like, in the scheme of my whole life, you know, one holiday season without seeing my family isn't going to break me, but it just kind of sucks, you know? So anyway, Christmas, but maybe not Christmas 2020, okay? We'll see. Would you rather win the lottery or work at your dream job? What is a dream job? What is it? I don't even know. Like, does such a thing even exist? Like, it's still a job. I would absolutely win the lottery. Absolutely rather win the lottery. And then I could do whatever I wanted. If I wanted to get a job, I could, but it would be nice if maybe a job was just an option, you know, not a necessity. I have no idea what that would feel like. What would you sing at a karaoke night? Would you guys believe me if I said I have never in my 35 years of life sung karaoke? Never. I don't even think I've been to a karaoke bar. Never ever have I sung karaoke. Now, if the situation would come up, what would I sing? I don't know. Is the point of karaoke to like really showcase your skills? Like, are you trying to be good, or are you just like trying to be silly? Like, I've never really understood it. Are you like trying to get discovered at karaoke night? I don't know. I consider myself to be like an average singer. I think I can sing pretty well. I don't know what I would sing. When I'm in the car, I mean, I play all kinds of stuff, but I like to think I'm Mariah Carey when I'm in the car by myself. So I don't know, I might put on like Always Be My Baby or like Dream Lover or something. Try to belt that out. I might sing like a disco song. I oddly am like obsessed with disco. I used to have a CD when I was in like 7th or 8th grade that was all disco music. It was like, I don't know if you remember like those Now CDs, like Now That's 90s or Now That's Disco. I had a disco one and I played the crap out of that CD. I love disco. I just kind of love 70s music in general. So I might sing something old. I might sing an oldie. Maybe the Supremes, maybe ABBA. I don't know. I don't know what I would sing. If I could live anywhere, where would I live? Gosh. Well, first of all, if I'm being honest, I don't think any country wants an American right now. So I don't really know where I would be welcome at this point in time, but were we under sort of more normal circumstances, I'm gonna grab a lip. I don't know what lip I want to use. I'm going with what I always wear. It's my go-to. It's just L'Oreal Ferris Nude. I would probably either want to live in Canada or the UK. I really, really think I would love living in the UK. just something about it has always fascinated me. I think it's just so beautiful. So those would probably be the two places I would want to live. I think I could find a job in either country pretty easily. I think my kids would adjust fairly well to school in either of those countries. So I don't know. That's what I say. But here is the look. I don't know how well you can see the eyes, but it's my Smoky Glow palette. Again, I mean, I'm not a makeup artist. This is just what I like. I love shimmers all over the shade, or shimmers all over the lid. You know, it's not anything that's complicated, or, you know, I think I need to make a tutorial on. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this. I don't know, hopefully you liked getting to know a little bit more about me. And again, if you've made it this far, I hope that you will consider subscribing. It's totally free. All you have to do is just click the button. It's free. And stick around for more content. I'll see you next time.